What's up, pageant patrons? This is Isaac, and thank you all so much for watching today's video. If this is your first time watching, thank you for tuning in. And to my subscribers, I really do appreciate your support. It's blowing up on the internet right now, and everybody's watching that Tyra Banks actually gave a shout out to Chelsea Manalo, Miss Universe Philippines 2024. And is this going to be a game changer for her? I don't know, but I can tell you what, it is going to be a big boost to her to have someone of Tyra Banks' stature give her a shout out. I'm not sure if she has given any other shout outs to contestants, but for Tyra Banks to do that, it's going to be a huge boost for Chelsea Manalo. What is the impact? I don't know, but I think because it is Tyra Banks, she's been a supermodel for so long, and she was on America's Next Top Model. She's one of the judges of America's Next Top Model. But to have someone of her caliber to shout out Chelsea Manalo, that is a huge boost. So my next train of thought is this going to be a game changer for Chelsea Manalo to have the nod of Tyra Banks? And it is a great confidence booster, but how can she turn that nod into something spectacular on the Miss Universe stage? I really don't know if there's going to be a huge significance on the stage. I think the change is going to be more with Chelsea Manalo. She's got to remain steady. She's got to remain humble, and she just has to be fantastic at what she does. She's been doing a great job from what I can tell. They're still in the thick of things. They are still, training and doing all of the interviews and stuff, some of the stuff that we can't see. And I think to have that confidence, to just simply keep that confidence going and not get bogged down, not think too much about it, be appreciative of it, use it as a confidence booster, but not really get too bogged down in what everyone is saying it could mean. At least during the competition, you've got to keep your head on straight during that competition. There are, however many other beautiful women there. They're all smart. They're all intelligent. They're all beautiful. But most of all, just about all of them are hungry to win the title. So if there's a boost in anything, it's got to be a boost to Chelsea Manalo's confidence to make sure that she stays the course, that she keeps doing what she's doing that has gotten her this far, to stay on top of the game, to stay, whatever, behind the scenes that we're not privy to always take the high ground in disagreements and all of that kind of stuff right there. But just stay confident. Do what you're doing. Stay on your P's and Q's. Remember your training. Stick with your training. That's why you've gotten so far. The other part is, I think it's also a nod to that, to the sisterhood. And when I say the sisterhood, Tyra Banks is Black, and so is Chelsea Manalo. So that particular sisterhood said, hey, I think that's a nod to, again, to boost her confidence, to say, hey, you can do this. You've made it this far. Again, it's sort of unspoken. And I don't want to read too much into it, but it is that idea that says, hey, I'm behind you 100%. You go, girl, get it done. You can do this. It is that kind of sisterhood, the meaning behind it to the sisterhood there. And I think, again, that goes to boost Chelsea Manalo's confidence. And if she can do that, I think that's the boost that it's going to be. Now, is that going to be a boost to the Miss Universe Philippines organization? I don't know, but she did in 2019. I want to say it was Katrina Gray. Let me know if I'm wrong about that, but she did give a nod out to Pinoy's then, because if I'm not mistaken, but like I said, in the comments, let me know, but I think it was around that 2019 time, Katrina Gray, that Tyra Banks gave a nod to Pinoy, Pinoy power, I guess, when it comes to the pageants. So again, it is that boost in that confidence. And so again, let me just say, I don't know if it's going to be a big boost to the Miss Universe organization, Miss Universe Philippines organization. But now, is it going to be a big boost to the Miss Universe, the big organization? And again, I still say the same thing, is that if you want to compete on an international level, this is an international event because you have people, you have women from all different countries that are there. So it is an international event. But to have someone of Tyra Banks' stature to notice that, to comment on that, it's going to be a boon for the organization. They can say, hey, Tyra Banks shouted out one of our contestants, however they try to spin it in their advertisement. But I think that's more going to help Chelsea Manalo than the organization at large, because the organization at large, as we all know, has gone through some dysfunction. And one comment is not going to help the organization, the Miss Universe organization. It'll help more Chelsea Manalo. It'll help more the Miss Universe Philippines organization. But the big organization, they've gone through some restructuring. One comment is not going to help or hurt them. But again, to notice that someone of Tyra Banks' stature is watching the pageant, that's always a good thing. And so hopefully when they spin it, they can spin it in a positive way to help others in the organization. I think that is going to help Chelsea Manalo, again, with the Philippines having that strong Sash factor. I think that's why Chelsea Manalo is so noticeable. Typically the Philippines, they send someone with long hair, that gorgeous olive skin, the typical Filipina. But now, you have a black Filipina that is absolutely gorgeous. They're calling her a doll, or, she has these doll-like features. And so for the Philippines to do that, it's noticeable. There's just absolutely, I was going to try to be politically correct, and I'm not politically correct, but I'll try to keep my language clean. But I think with the Philippines doing that, I still think they picked the best candidate. I do. And everyone's saying, oh, it's not a black thing, blah, 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 blah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is a black thing, because with her being so good at what she does, and she happens to be black, it's very noticeable, especially from the Philippines, especially because the Philippines has that strong Sash factor. Let's not kid ourselves here. When they made that decision, it was very strategic. It was very smart, but they picked the right candidate. I can't stress that enough. I do think they picked the right candidate. A lot of people would disagree with me, and in some of the comments in previous videos, they're like, no, she's not going to win, whatever. But when you have somebody like a Tyra Banks even notices, that right there means, hey, you picked the right candidate. So bravo on them for picking the candidate. What about after this whole contest? Could this be a nod to Chelsea Manalo that maybe she could be the next Tyra Banks? I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see, because again, that particular sisterhood, that supermodel sisterhood, especially the black supermodel sisterhood, is somewhat small. I'm thinking like a Naomi Campbell and Tyra Banks. So that's a very small sisterhood. But could Chelsea Manalo be the next Tyra Banks, or Naomi Campbell or something like that? I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see. Tyra Banks, I think Tyra Banks is probably watching to see how Chelsea Manalo does. And to have somebody, again, of her stature, of her background, of being a supermodel and being a judge on America's Next Top Model, to have somebody watching, it can be kind of a scary thing at first, but I think it's a good thing. And so what's going to happen to Chelsea Manalo after the contest? I am going to be interested to see what she decides to do after this contest. I'm going to be interested to see. I'm about like everybody else. I want to see how she can spin this, how Chelsea Manalo can spin this and turn this to her good. As like most of the previous supermodels, she's going to do well. Some of the other ones are doing well. They're doing their thing. They're on TV. They're out there. They're modeling and those kind of things. So hopefully she can be on an international stage. So Last thoughts. Last thoughts. Anytime it's already, well, I've got like 6 or 7 thoughts, but I just really want to pinpoint it. Anytime you have someone like a Chelsea Manalo be the first, it's always sort of that scary thing of being the first from your country to, to represent your country. And I'm sure she's going through a myriad of emotions. But when you see her on that stage, when you see her gracefulness on that stage, when you see how powerful her pasarela is, when you see the smile on her face, when you see her stylings are on point, I simply have to give a nod to the steadfastness of Chelsea Manalo. She's still humble in all she does, but there's a strength in what she is doing because she's going to empower women. And if anybody can empower women, there's nothing like another strong woman to do that. They say, hey, I was the first from my country to do that. And so I simply want to give a nod out to Chelsea Manalo. I also have got to give a nod to the organization, but I also have to give a nod to the people of the Philippines. As you know, I've never made it any secret about my love of the Philippines. The first time I went to the Philippines, it was nothing but love. You're always going to have those bad factors, but of the thousands of interactions that I've had with Filipinos, especially in the Philippines, I maybe only had three bad reactions. So when I see people online saying these negative comments about Chelsea Manalo, whatever they are, I just think it's those keyboard warriors with nothing else to do. Because the people that I have met from the Philippines have been gracious, they have just been smart, they have been intelligent, they have been encouraging, they have been talented. And all of that is manifested in a Chelsea Manalo. I just appreciate the fact that she is Black because I'm Black. And so I do appreciate the fact that that is not going unnoticed with someone, with that strong sash factor that the Philippines has. And so I just want to just say, one, thank you to the people of the Philippines for just being absolutely wonderful, because I have a lot of Filipino subscribers and they have just been absolutely wonderful. We don't always agree, and we agree to disagree. So if you disagree with me, you already know that I'm okay with you disagreeing, but how we interact with each other. That's why I say when I went to the Philippines, I had nothing but great interactions with Filipinos. Again, out of the thousands of interactions I've had, just the 3 that I've had, they don't jade all of the thousands of interactions that I've had with Filipinos. And so, Philippines, I love you. And I'm trying to get back. I was there this year in July, and I'm trying to get back again. I'm trying to figure out how I can get back. And so, but if you made it this far, just let me say thank you for watching. Sometimes with these reaction videos, I just kind of get on a tangent because I do enjoy what I do, and I do enjoy the interaction with you guys. And so if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Consider giving me a like. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. And so again, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Peace.